Hello, my name is Sringhamo, and today I will be exploring one of the most powerful drivers of quality in early childhood education, that is, collaborative partnerships with families and communities. I believe that when early childhood service work together with families, the wider community, the children have positive impact in their learning and development. These partnerships are not just about taking care of the children, but also significant foundation for creating inclusive and supportive environments where every child feels safe and they belong. Through sharing knowledge, respecting each other's perspective, and making decisions together, children uh, give consistent, meaningful experiences that helps them grow, learn, and feel confident in themselves. In following verses, I will explain what these partnerships are, why they matter, the role of families and communities in children's learning, what the theories and research tell us, how they look in practice, and how our national frameworks guide us in building and maintaining them. So, understanding the topic, collaborative partnerships in early childhood education and care refers to intentional, respectful relationships between educators, families, and communities built on trust and shared responsibility to support children's learning, development, and inclusion. This partnership recognizes families as children's first educator and value the unique knowledge and cultural backgrounds they bring, ensuring children's learning is meaningful and contextually relevant. Acua 2018. So, importance of collaborative partnerships with families and communities. Partnerships are essential for supporting and extending children's learning and for equitable outcomes. Open, honest, respectful, reliable, friendly, and helpful communication between educators and families provide a source of social support to all families. For Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities, their involvement is also very important since they play a vital role in Australia's history and have culturally strong programming which can help educators to include in daily practices to help children learn to respect diversity from very young age. Building strong partnerships help children's home and community lives. When classrooms reflect kids' real experiences, children feel confident, valued, and eager to take part in learning activities. So let's look at the role of families and communities in children's learning. When educators, families, and communities come together as partners, they create a strong and supportive environment that helps in children's learning and development. By working closely, families and teachers can exchange valuable insights about children's interests, abilities, challenges, and cultural background. This teamwork helps shape learning experiences that truly connect with the child's world. With everyone, children feel safe and encouraged to try new things and grow with confidence. For example, if a child shows a strong interest in gardening at home with their parents, the parents should share this with the educators so that the educators can set up a small vegetable garden in their outdoor space. The children can take part in a role as a garden helper or garden officer, teaching his friends or her friends how to plant seeds and water the plants. The educators can also incorporate counting, handling, and ask questions which can help children develop communication skills through gardening activities, making the child's interest into rich learning experiences for the whole class. Children learn a lot by watching the people around family members and others in their community. By taking part in everyday activities and working together with others, they begin to understand the ideas, values, and the ways of doing things that are important in their community. For example, family and community experiences can include everyday activities such as shopping, going to movies, attending birthday parties, or going to the animal zoo. So let's see what the theories have to say. According to Reggio Emilia approach, communication, collaboration, and strong relationships between teachers, children, and parents are fundamental features that supports children's learning and development by Edward Gandini and Foreman in 1993. For example, I observed Science Week in one of the centers where a parent who works in the science lab came to do science activity in her son's class. The parent shared stories and materials from home and talked about the activity while teachers facilitated dialogue about the children's interests and ideas. This collaborative environment helped build trust understanding among everyone involved, enriching the children's learning experiences and strengthening the sense of community. So the Vygotsky sociocultural theory, sometimes called cultural historical theory, also explains that children's learning is situated in the social and cultural context of their families and communities. According to Vygotsky in 1978, cognitive development is not an isolated process but occurs through active interaction with more knowledgeable others such as parents, educators, and peers. Likewise, social interactions support the children to move beyond their current abilities and achieve higher level of understandings and skills. So what the research has to say about it now? The American Institute of Research report Creating Conditions for Meaningful Family Engagement in 2023 offers comprehensive guidance for educators, school administrators, and family leaders aiming to strengthen family-school partnerships. The report underscores the importance of fostering collaborative relationships that are culturally responsive and inclusive and manually supportive. It also talks about implementing culturally relevant practices, incorporating diverse cultural perspectives into a curriculum and classroom activities. It also emphasizes on facilitating open communication where educators and families talk and listen to each other often, not just occasionally. The research shows teachers share updates about the child's day and progress, and parents share insights, questions, or concerns, creating a friendly, ongoing conversation that keeps everyone connected and informed. The research also presents about involving families in setting learning goals and strategies for their children's needs, ensuring families' knowledge and idea are respected and valued, and the educators also invite families to be active partners in their child's learning journey. Overall, the research shows meaningful family engagement in early childhood education fosters collaboration, respect, inclusion, and ensuring children's learning is supported through culturally relevant practices, open communication, and shared decision making with families. So, putting into practice in real life, collaborative partnerships happen when families and educators have open communication, whether that's through meeting, sharing children's learning portfolios, inviting parents to share their knowledge and ideas, or just casual chats during drop off and pickup times. For example, the early childhood service where I was doing placement inspired by the Reggio Emilia approach, a mother who worked as a dentist was invited to visit the classroom to talk about dental health. She brought along a giant toothbrush and a model of teeth showing the children how to brush properly in a small circles. She also explained why certain foods are better for our teeth and why regular checkups are very important. The children were engaged asking questions like, do baby teeth need brushing too? And she also had like amazing activity set up about sorting healthy and unhealthy food for the teeth where all the educators and children were actively engaged. This kind of hands-on experiences not only linked to the health and well-being part of the curriculum but also made learning real and memorable while strengthening the connection between family and the learning community. These partnerships help build children's confidence, well being, and readiness to participate and learn, and create an inclusive environment by valuing the different background, culture, and expertise of each family in decision making to support the child. Also, educators gain more knowledge about child's background, culture, interests, and needs, which help to design more relevant and effective learning experiences. Sometimes challenges can arise, like families having busy schedules, speaking their own community or different languages, or having different expectations for their child. But this can be overcome by offering flexible meeting times, providing translation support, updating in the apps, or giving the child note or update their daily routines, and taking the initiative to build genuine relationship with families, making everyone feel comfortable and welcome. This helps family feel appreciated, build trust, and truly involved as a partners in their child's learning journey. So, what does policies and frameworks in building collaborative partnerships does? The early years learning framework version 2.0 recognizes family and community engagement as central to children's learning development and well-being. Principle to partnerships state that the learning outcomes are most likely to be achieved when early childhood educators work in partnership with families and communities, acknowledging their role as child's first and most influential educators by Australian Government Department of Education in 2022. It emphasizes respecting families' values, beliefs, and cultural background and creating shared decision opportunities. So the National Quality Framework, particularly Quality Area 6, collaborative partnerships with families and communities, requires service to actively engage with families and the broader community. It highlights mutual respect, open communication, and partnerships that support children's inclusion, learning, and well-being by ACUA 2024. Under the National Quality Standard, Quality Area 6 collaborative partnerships with families and community includes Standard 6.1, which shows about respectful relationships with families are developed and maintained, and families are supported in their parenting role. And Standard 6.2 talks about collaborative partnerships, enhances children's inclusion, participation, and transitions, and actively engage with the broader community. The Early Years Learning Framework and the National Quality Framework provides educators with both legal responsibilities and professional guidance to support children's learning and well-being. They encourage educators to include practices like tailor programs to reflect children's diverse cultural, linguistic, and family backgrounds, ensuring every child feels valued and supported by Australian Government Department of Education. Shared decision making, like collaborate with families in setting goals and planning learning experiences, recognizing parent as a partners and expert in their child by ACUA 2023. Community connections build relationship with local organizations like libraries, cultural centers, health centers to enrich learning opportunities and strengthen community ties by Australian Government Department of Education in 2022. So finally, what did I learn from writing this blog? From writing this blog, I have to come to understand that true family and community engagement is not just about ticking boxes or doing the formality things. It's about creating genuine and ongoing connections. I realized how important it is to listen deeply to families or to value their insights and to see them as equal partners in shaping their child's learning journey. Simple acts like greeting a child in their home language or inviting a parent to share a cultural tradition can spark a sense of belonging and pride. I learned that collaboration is a living process, one that grows with time, trust, and shared purpose. Most importantly, I now see that when educators, families, and communities work hand in hand, children flourish not just in skills but in confidence and identity. Thank you so much.